Hi guys, it's Nicola here from Conscious Crypto Traders. I am on my own today. Teresa's not joining us. She's had to go down to the farmer's market and get her weekly groceries. And I'm really excited about today's live stream. We are going to start with Ethereum today. I'm going to look at Bitcoin. I'm going to look at XRP. I'm looking at ADA. And I think this weekend is a really important and pivotal weekend for us to go into with the right mindset, because it's possible that we're going to break out of big patterns. Now, normally speaking, we really don't want to break out of big patterns on the weekend because the volume isn't there. In a few hours, when the New York market closes, and the institutions stop trading, right? And then the Chicago Mercantile closes to create a potential CME gap. Massive volume comes out of the market then. And this is when we're in the retail market, going into APAC, Asia Pacific, and especially when the Chinese market comes on board, we can often see some price manipulation, which is typical of the weekend. And this weekend, who knows what direction that's going to go in. So let's have a good look at what the patterns and what the technical analysis is showing, what the charts are showing. And then I want to give you some times to write down, stick on your alarm, to pay a particular attention, especially if you've got trades in or you're looking to put a trade in, so that you know the times when the market could have some kind of a flurry or head in the opposite direction of your trade. So I want to start with Ethereum. And for those of you who are following our channel, you'll know that we've got these lines that we draw on the weekly to where during this whole bull cycle, we've not broken above and we've not broken below. We've traded within this cycle, which is part of the reason why some analysts are saying we've already had the top and we're going, and now we're just going to be slowly going down from here. I don't believe that. I think we are going to be breaking out of these bigger patterns, and let's just go over it one at a time. So for Ethereum, we're trading right at this moment at 3443. And it's around about 3,400, somewhere between 3,320 to 3,450. We've got quite a bit of resistance to break through. As soon as we get above that, and we're trading above that consistently without dipping down, that's really bullish indication. And let me show you that on a smaller time frame, and then we'll look at trade setup. Friday, tough to trade unless volume comes in, and I'm going to tell you the times that volume will come in, because volume's starting to leave right now, right? So here we are. We've been trading sideways. We've gone up, come down on this channel here, which is a bullish pattern. We reached the target and then we came back down. Now, all that could be happening here is we're coming back down to reconfirm this breakout resistance line as support, but we got supported at 3440 and we bounced off of it. In fact, we got rejected a little bit lower, and then we just got rejected to land here. This is on the daily, and daily candles are really important to look at. Also, patterns on the daily are really important to look at because they show patterns that are more likely to break out than not. So if we were to draw this as a symmetric triangle, and we just drew the candles where it makes sense, you can see that this is a symmetrical triangle. We've come into it sideways, slightly up, which means it's slightly more bullish as a continuation pattern, more likely to break to the upside, which could take us out of the pattern and up to 4,400, which is very close to the all-time high. So we might see a bit of a rejection there, and then we go and test that all-time high. But if we look at the time frame, this is on the daily, that we haven't come to the pinnacle yet. So the breakout might happen, it might happen on my birthday on the 24th of September. And so we might hit the like button if you haven't already on that one, because that's my birthday, and birthdays are really important, right? And yeah, so that the pinnacle of this is kind of like any time between tomorrow through to the 28th of September. So depending on where we break out, obviously this is a sloping as to where we're going to end up being. So over the weekend, we're down here on this support line. We may not go above 3,667. We might come up, fake out, turn around, come back down, and then head on up. That's kind of like what the setup looks like now. However, it's also possible that tomorrow or Sunday, possibly even Monday, we break out a little bit earlier of this pattern and at least come and test the pink line, which is that bigger pattern, which is around 3966. And of course, if we get a confirmation of a breakout there, we're going to higher numbers. Bottom line is, while we may have smaller retractions, we're looking at possibly, I doubt whether we'll go down to 3,200 unless there's massive wicking through price manipulation, because we've got all of this resistance here, which is now flipped as support. But we can be going up and down, but I'm not sensing we're going to get the big waves. We're not going to get those big swings. So let's look at the hourly and see, is there a trade here right now for you? For those of you who are new to the channel, Hi, kid. For those of you new to the channel, we're a tutorial channel. So we're teaching you technical analysis as well as giving you live updates. And if you're not already subscribed, we're uploading tutorials every day and we're going live every Wednesday and then impromptu. And we're going to start uploading shorter videos of when the market's breaking out a lot more often. So you want to subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you get notified about that. And also, we're doing a lot more details on our predictions over on our Discord server. And Jeffrey, if you're there, if you could drop the link to that, that would be great. Otherwise, it's in the description. And you'll see here I posted, be mindful when trading today. That was on the 15th or the 16th, I think. We can rally on Wednesday. When we rally on Wednesday, Thursday can be a correction day. And the 16th is in Vedic astrology, we may see a dump. Well, we saw a smaller dump. And then Con says, as always, you're right. And it sounds like it's not over yet. So if you're looking at wanting to place trades more often, you want to come in and join our Discord server, have a look at the technical analysis that I post every morning. And there are other tutorial channels here and other conversations here. And you can get up to the minute stuff that we post that we can't post on YouTube because it just takes us too much time. And by the time we get it up, the time is over. So that is great. I don't see Jeffrey is there with the link. So you're going to have to go to the description to get the link there for you. So Ethereum, bottom line is, it is finding support here, which is a good sign. Getting ready maybe for further upward motion. And as you know, I use the Ichimoku cloud to determine we are in the green cloud, which means we are meeting resistance for further upward action. So it's not time to long. If you're in a long, just hold tight. Make sure your stop losses are in the right place. However, on the 1 hourly, we do have the baseline red above the green conversion line, which is a bearish sign that we could still see more sideways or downward action. So when that happens, folks, I go to a smaller time frame and I come down into the 15-minute to go, well, is that going to reverse? And no, look, we're in the red cloud and we're under it, which again, we have a lot of resistance to get up to these lower numbers. But somewhere along the line, we're going to have to break out because we are trading in a tighter formation sideways. And the times that we could break out, I mean, sometimes there's a flurry just before the New York Stock Exchange closes, before, like institutions do one last drive to either short or long the market. So watch out for that. That is happening in 11, 12, 1, 2. That's happening in 2 hours. And then the Chicago Mercantile is the next one. So you want to just circle those times. Then the next time you want to be looking out for, because that was something I advertised, is between 5 o'clock tonight, when Tokyo starts coming on, and it's the retail market, and then Asia Pacific. So you have Australia, Singapore, and then 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, you have Hong Kong, Shanghai, and then you have the other markets starting to wake up. I think India is around there, is another big market. So those retail markets can be incredibly manipulative. And between 6 and 6:15 US Mountain Time, which is midnight UTC time, convert that to your time frame, we can see often some massive price manipulation going in the opposite direction of where the charts are showing us. So you want to make sure that at those times you've got tight alarms on your price action sheets in TradingView to be able to have a look at whether the price is going to go up and down on you suddenly. And because what I'm noticing is that often if we're going in that direction, you know, when the Asia market comes in, it goes down by as much as 3%. So you want to adjust your stop losses for that if you think it's going to bounce and go back up again. Normally speaking, come Friday afternoon, I'm out of the market. I'm waiting to see what APAC are going to do, and then I can come in. Now, once in a while, we can get a rally on a Friday, right? Sometimes it's just sideways action. It's not too dramatic. And then we get a dump on a Saturday morning. But every now and then we can get a rally, and we are so close to these resistance lines. And this could be a reverse Bart Simpson. We've jumped down, we're coming across sideways. We could just go bump. That if you're looking to trade, here's a strategy that I sometimes use. And obviously this is not financial advice. You've got to figure out your own strategy, do your own learning. As I may come in, if it comes back down, this is Ethereum, comes back down to the support line of 3420, maybe a little bit lower if it wicks, and then we get a rejection and we bounce back up, I would enter the long there at a much lower leverage. So I've got plenty of room for those wicks. And then if it rallies, I can take it all the way up. And then I've got a really good position for these reverse Bart Simpsons, because sometimes you can't catch them. They just take off. In this case, it was like, you know, within an hour, boom, massive drop. Within the next hour, massive drop. So that is that. If you're wanting to be a bit more conservative, then obviously if this could also be a potential bear flag, which means that's a short, which would take us to, it's not a short I would take, because you've got support here at 3392, and that target is 3363. Which is where there's a lot of support here. So I personally wouldn't short this, but generally speaking, if you're shorting, you short the confirmed breakout. We break out, we go back, retest support as resistance, get a red candle. Ichimoku cloud is red. In this instance, it's green, which means it's more bullish than bearish. And then come in at there. That would be the trade. But what I would be doing for me personally is I would be watching these times for all of the coins. As I mentioned the times before for today, for Friday, Saturday at around about 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., possibly all the way to 10 a.m. when the American markets start waking up and the European markets start closing. You can see a bit of a flurry. So those are really good times to be alerted to what's going on. And all of these times, by the way, are in my time here in Costa Rica, which is Mountain Time US. So the other time to watch is 2 and 4 our time, Mountain Time. And then again on Saturday, the daily close candle between 6 and usually 6 and 7, sometimes 8 o'clock on a Saturday. Then the other time to watch is the CME Open on Sunday, which is at 4 o'clock US Mountain Time, which I believe is 10 o'clock UTC time. And then again, when we get the weekly close at 6 o'clock, which is midnight, is it midnight? 6 o'clock our time is midnight UTC time in those next 2 hours, because those are highly manipulative times that I've just mentioned. So watch for that. So if you're looking to do a trade right now, personally, I wouldn't. It's a bit iffy, and we have seen a lot of rollovers, right? I would be waiting until we have really clear direction and we have volume, and we are starting to see volume leave the market right now. So that is a waiting game, and it's worth waiting because you don't want to lose your capital, because when we go, we're going to bolt. So what we want to do now is have a look at Bitcoin. I've zoned out of Bitcoin to get a really big picture of what's been going on the daily, because I had all of these dates that is based on astrology. We're in Saturn retrograde, which means that it's a bit starchy for any bull run, but we're coming to the end of that. We're stationary right now, which is why we had seen a bit of a rally here and a bit of a dump. All of these dates we predicted 2 Wednesdays ago for our live stream. So if you're not subscribed to our live stream and coming on Wednesday, we do massive date predictions of dumps and pumps. So you want to make sure that you're subscribed. You hit the bell, click all so you get notified. Even better if you join our Discord server, because on a daily basis, I'm posting technical analysis and be careful, we could see a dump, get ready, we could see a pump, all of those kind of things there. And you want to be part of that. So for Bitcoin, where it looks like, we're trading sideways on the daily, and this could be a bull flag, which would take us to this pink line, which are the big triangle that we're in, which is a continuation pattern. And that could take us all the way up to 50,375. We could go up to the Fibonacci level at about 51,400, 51,500. And that's possible to do this weekend, because we could wick there very, very easily and then come back down and retest this, or come back down into the pattern. Because again, if we break out now, we're breaking out really early of this pattern, and the breakout isn't till the 4th of February, which is, I think we're definitely going to break out before then. I think we're going to do that on the 10th of October. Because if you're following our channel and you've been learning about Saturn retrograde, Saturn has always affected the stock market, the futures market, always. Whenever it goes retrograde, there's ripples that go through the stock market. And now it has been affecting, and that's because of magnetics. It's like nothing woo-woo, it's simply magnetics. And human psychology, as we know, responds to magnetics, it responds to energy, like full moon, for example. They call it lunacy because it's the moon, for a reason, because the magnetics of the full moon affect people's behavior. It's exactly the same with Saturn. So if you see in purple in 2020, coming up to where we're at now, you see that we had a bit of a rally, then we had a bit of a dump, and then we came sideways. And as soon as Saturn came out of being in restriction, it started to go sideways, and then we had the big pump, and we never came back down to these levels again last year. So this year, where we're at, we've just had the Schmidty year dump, which is that one there, which we also predicted months ago. We're coming up to the 10th. So if we're looking at this fractal, this is where we're at here with this candle. We could still see a little bit more downward action, but then we're getting ready to go up, sideways, down, and up if we follow this year, last year. And we kind of have been following the general direction of what happened. So I think we're definitely in for some major fireworks coming up for Bitcoin. Short term, let's go and have a look on the hourly and see where we're at with trades. Again, Friday, Bitcoin, this time when volume's moving. If you're scalping, you might catch the flurries, but that, not necessarily a good thing. This is the bull flag on the larger time frame, remember? And I said we've got this resistance line here at 54.66. So we might not reach that target. We could get rejected off here, because this is a very big line that we have. The trajectory of that line has not been broken this bull cycle yet. So it's going to require volume, and volume comes into or manipulation, right? The volume comes into the market on Sunday in the Northern Hemisphere. So that's Monday morning in Asia Pacific. And it starts to come in somewhere around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is 2 hours before 4 o'clock. Again, these are mountain time, US, 4 o'clock when the CME opens, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which is the biggest exchange in the world. And that creates, if we've traded above or below, it creates a gap, which we can see a flurry, with the price going up and down. Look at our channel, type in the search bar CME gap, because we've done a lot of videos on trading the CME gap. So here we are right now. If you wanted to get into a long, you would long here at the support level when we bounce off of 46,900. If the Ichimoku cloud was looking bullish, and we're in green, but look at this, we've got red coming in. So what could happen is we get a bit of a flurry, we get a bit of a rally, we might come up to 48,000, again, test that as resistance. If there's manipulation, could go up to here. But this red is saying we might come back down again. So to me, this says we're going sideways a little bit longer before we break out. Could we break to the downside? That is possible. Let's have a look at the 2 hourly. It's possible, but at the moment, this is looking really bullish to me. This is on the 2 hourly. There's green. There is no red in front of us. So if you're looking to trade this, the idea is that you trade at the support line when it's bounced off of it, heading up with the Ichimoku cloud green, and we have red Ichimoku cloud. So a bit dangerous to do a long just yet. So the next entry point would be the breakout. We break out of this resistance, come back down to test it as support, break back up, and above the very first breakout price target, you enter. Unless you're an experienced scalper and you've got other indicators that are showing bullishness. So if we come into the 4 EMA, which is what I use, and you can see at the moment, let me take the Ichimoku cloud off, there's a bit of an indecision as to which direction we go in. So when there's indecision, you wait. Now, the other thing that you can be looking at is drawing your lines this way, because this could be the formation of a descending channel, which gives us some more bottoms to look at. Like if we come down, we could come down and retest 46.9. We could come down even lower and retest 46.735, bounce off of that and come back up. So those are lines that you want to get into your charts. You can't see the chart. Oh no, hello. I did not share my screen. Oh my goodness, I do apologize. So let me go back. So where with Bitcoin? I can't believe I didn't share my screen. That's crazy. I might actually have to put some images in there for you. So I do humbly apologize. So we've got, that's because Teresa's not here, because I always do this rigmarole, right? With her, I didn't. So Bitcoin, here we go. 1 hour bull flag on the higher time frame. Those pink lines that I was talking about are on the weekly, that we have not broken through the entire bull market. We're coming up to the top of that. We're coming up to the pinnacle. So a big breakout is imminent, but I think we're going to get some kind of bullish momentum over the weekend with some normal, retractions. But the big breakout, I think, hopefully would either be Sunday night or Monday morning, US times, because then we've got volume and it can push the price away. So if you're trading, you want to get down to, wait till we get down to the lowest point here for the long. Ichimoku cloud's red in front of us, which indicates we could drop further. So we've got to watch how far up are we going to go. We could come back up here and then drop back down to this support line there. Or I talked about trading above once this breaks out with volume trading above. If you are going to short this, I'm personally not shorting, because this whole volatility over the last week, the short people have been losing money on shorts because they haven't been reaching their targets and they roll around really quickly. I'd rather preserve my capital for the big breakout. Ethereum I spoke about, similar, just because, and then I'm going to do XRP and Cardano. We're also coming up to the big pink lines where we have not broken above before. We do have a pattern here of a triangle with a target of the top of this formation, which is around 4,400, maybe 4,417, which takes us into price discovery, right? So who knows what will happen there. On the 1 hour, is there a trade right now? There is a potential long coming up. If we break above, it looks like we're actually breaking below because this is a bear flag. So we've got here, if we break below and confirm that, we're going to 3,363. There is a lot of support now at 3,300. So if we bounce off of that and then come back up, that's a long that you could ride all the way up to the top to around about 3,500. So that is Ethereum. And then XRP, I'm so sorry that you had to look at my pretty face for almost 20 minutes before we realized I couldn't see the charts. That's terrible. Okay, XRP, love it. I think it's getting ready to break big time. We've got so much positive news coming out of the SEC lawsuit. This coin is tremendously manipulated to hold the price down from the powers that were. I'm saying the powers that were rather than the powers that be because I'm putting them into the past. We have this massive bull flag here on the weekly. Look at that. So we've got some big targets coming up. The all-time high, depending on what exchange you were looking at, was around 350, 380. So most coins are trading above last market cycle's all-time high, and we are way underneath, right? We're under half of it. So we are getting ready for big moves. So when we break out of that pattern, that's going to take us to 267 or less or more, depending on where we break out. But look at this. This is also a cup and handles. So because this is weekly, cup and any pattern on the weekly is more than likely going to break out. Bigger time frames, daily, weekly time frames, more than likely going to play out. Usually volatile movements. When it goes, it goes. And then that is $1.95 as the next move. And then we've got this smaller bull flag here. So we've got 3 bullish patterns here on the weekly, signifying any week now, and it could be this week. We're heading up. That takes us to $1.85. So let's zoom in on the 1 hour. So I have a trade in at a really small leverage, like 5x leverage, just in case we go down, because I'm just riding it out now and I'm above liquidation. So I don't have to worry about, it going down to 88 cents if it goes down to 88 cents, right? We've come out of this diamond pattern on the 1 hour. We do have downward action here. That is a channel. XRP loves channels, and these are very tradable, short at the top, long at the bottom. Jeffrey, if you're still there, can you put the Discord server in. Over the weekend, I am going to be posting technical analysis. So if you want to join the Discord server, if you're not on Discord, you're going to have to sign up for Discord first, and then that link will work. If you're with Discord, you just click it and go through the motions. As you can see, like we're posting stuff pretty much daily, and my charts and what have you as the market is moving. And if you're wanting the actual trade setups and what have you, I have my Crypto Ninjas Mastermind where we get together on Zoom and help each other, like get better at your technical analysis and becoming more profitable with your trading and your mindset. And you can see the details for that below. That's the Crypto Ninjas Mastermind. Oops, we're on XRP. So, trading view. So XRP, like you want to wait to see, are we going to keep coming down? In that case, when we bounce off of here with a green candle, Ichimoku cloud looking bullish, which means nothing but green ahead of us, that is a good indication. It's a good time to, let me see. That is a good time to move. I've just put in support lines here, but we have got red in front of us on the Ichimoku cloud on the 1 hour. So that to me is an indication that we are heading into, we could possibly come up a little bit, touch this, and then turn around and come back down. But we've got further downward action, in which case you're going to find a better entry point. We do have significant support around $1.06 to $1.05, so somewhere around there. Watch out for that. If we come down to $1.03, it is possible that we could then go down under $1 and go back down as low as 66.88 or 92 cents, maybe 97 cents. I've done all of those before, and I think it was last week and the week before's Wednesday live stream, if you want to see all of those lower numbers. But it does look like we're heading into a bit of bearish territory for XRP in the next day. But over the next 2 hours, what are we going? I would say February 17th, maybe tonight that could flip, possibly, because this is on the 2 hour. The 1 hour is looking choppy, right? So that's where we're at with that. You want a long at the bottom, about bouncing off of support, and short at the top, bouncing off of resistance, coming back down. So I think we're going to see a bit of downward action, come back down to test the $1.05, $1.06, maybe not come down that low. Create some nice support here, bounce off of here. This is a descending channel, so when it breaks out, the first target is $1.16. So when you've got all of these bullish targets that I've been mentioning, you might want to put in a trade, take some profit here. When it retraces, scale back in for the next target, and so on and so forth. If anybody's got any questions, would love for you to put that in the comment section. And I'm going to do Cardano next. And if you're loving all of the technical analysis and you like our predictions, please subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you get notified. We do upload tutorial channels every day, and we do live stream every Wednesday and impromptu ones on Monday, Friday, and Sunday if the market is calling for it. So that is that for XRP, getting ready for a really big move, I would say. ADA on the daily, look at that. Cardano is doing some really interesting things. Sometimes it's not following Ethereum, it's not following Bitcoin, it's just doing its own thing. So it's always worth it to watch. And if you see this pattern here on the daily with the pink lines, we're closer to a breakout of a big pattern than we are on the other coins. The other coins have got days before it could break out. We could break out obviously over the next 3-4 days, but in terms of the pinnacle of the pattern, could go on for days, right? Whereas ADA is like Monday or Tuesday is the last day to come out of this pattern. And if we break to the downside, it is a symmetrical pattern, which is a continuation pattern. We've come into it, unfortunately, from the upside. So, like if there is a fall, we could come down and bounce off of $1.82, $1.83 on the golden Fibonacci level here for the whole market. But the actual target, depending on where we break out, is obviously going to be the higher we go, the less lower the breakout is. But I've got it at around $1.68. So that's a great time to spot buy in, right? However, if we do break up to the upside, because the whole market is relatively bullish, and if we bring in the Ichimoku cloud, it's looking like we could come sideways, go up and down, trade within the next day or so. And then look, we've got a nice trajectory here. And the Ichimoku cloud, whenever you see these straight lines, by the way, the market could get manipulated and we can go the opposite direction. So just watch out for those straight lines. And you can see it here. Look, Ichimoku cloud, straight line, red's bearish, but boom, we did a rally upwards, right? And the reverse could be true for the green. So just watch those straight lines. But anyway, we're looking at $3.10 as a top for that pattern. If we break to the upside, and you would want to, make sure that you get a clear candle above, come back down to retest the support, and then go back up above it on the hourly to go to 310, which is price exploration, in which case you might want to take some profit at $3, 50%, maybe 75%, and ride the rest up until it looks like you hit the resistance, you hit the weakness, and then it falls back down again. So on the 1 hour, similar, right? we're at a support line here. So if you're actually trading this, you don't trade this because as a long, because the price action is below red Ichimoku cloud, which means there's a lot of resistance for it to go up. You wouldn't short it because we're coming up to a support line and we've got significant support there. Look at that. And if we come down, we might just come back down from here to here, and experienced scalpers can make money on that with big trades, but beginner scalpers can lose money. And we could come back down to $2.30. Yeah, don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. We will see, but this is choppy, so there's no long or short here for ADA, but in the next couple of days there could be a very big trade, so watch it. If we break out, I will do a video and I will upload it, so make sure you're subscribed to get that. So I'm going to go over those times again. Watch out for any time now between now and 4 o'clock US Mountain Time. We're going to see dramatic volume come out of the market, which means manipulation can start to happen, especially between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock, even up to 8 or 9 o'clock as the retail Chinese and Asian market come in. And that, again, those times are US Mountain Time. The next time zone is 5 in the morning. US Mountain Time to anywhere up to 10 or 11, but usually between 5 and 7, there's a flurry of activity as the UK European market die off and the retail market of the Americas come in. And then the other time you want to watch for is the CME open 2 hours before, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We could see some flurry even between 4 and 5, and definitely 6 o'clock US Mountain Time, which is midnight in UTC time. That is when we get the daily candle, the weekly candle, the Asian market institutional buyers coming back in, which means volume enters the market. So there can be a huge fireworks one way or the other quite often on those days. Every now and then, not so. It's like, ho-hum, that was boring. I was expecting fireworks and there wasn't any. But I kind of think we're so close to these resistance lines and breaking through these resistance lines. This weekend, on the Sunday, we could see some fireworks if we don't see it on Saturday. I'd prefer it on Sunday when volume starts to come back in, because that's Sunday would be Monday in the European UK market. That would be my preference, because when we've got volume, it's very it's a lot safer to enter into the trade, because the volume is going to push it away from your entry point, and you can very quickly get your stop loss into break even for that. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I would really appreciate some more likes. We've got more people watching than we have liking. We really appreciate those likes. It helps YouTube know that we are a channel giving a lot of value, so that means that we get our videos out to more and more people. And one last thing, if you haven't got your Conscious Crypto event tickets, it's 3 days of some of the biggest names in the crypto trading industry: MMCrypto, Da Vinci J15, Crypto Wendy, Bitcoin Family, Didi Tahutu, Shahun Bonlea from the Blockchain Today. And then we've got some other supportive people coming in talking about offshore citizenship, taxes. Dan from Digital Asset News has a huge channel. It's going to be talking about exit strategies. And then we've got some mindset people, which is Cien and Stephanie, Lisa, myself, and Teresa. We're giving you everything you need to capitalize on this super cycle and make sure that you're not going to lose money as we flip from the bull to the bear market for potentially a year or 2 years. We're even going to talk about that might not happen. So go over to the website. The link is in the comments and the description below, where you can see who's speaking, what they're speaking about. And we're going to be workshopping your strategy, helping you with all of the areas where you're faltering in your trades and getting some good eyeballs on them of experienced traders to help you become wildly profitable. So get your ticket. And the last, there's been early birds ticket. The early bird pricing has been going up every 2 weeks. So the last opportunity for you to get early bird pricing is on the 30th of September, unless we sell tickets out earlier than that, and then there are no seats sold. This is online, so you don't have to travel, and it's recorded. So if you can't make some of the workshops, you can watch the recording later. So let's get you in on that and get you ready for the best opportunity for you to create life-changing wealth during that event. And until we meet again, I'll see you at the next live stream on Wednesday. However, we are going to be uploading videos daily, especially if the market does go into fireworks. And I'll see you then. And until then, guys, trade consciously. Bye for now.